Senator the Honourable Vasant Bharath, Minister of Trade, Industry, Investment and Communications, was a keynote speaker at a special ceremony to mark the signing of a first-of-a-kind MOU between the Ministry of Food Production and a key international chocolatier. During the ceremony, speakers reiterated Trinidad and Tobago's high-quality cocoa and shared the common position of supporting a strategic plan to reposition the local cocoa industry to a sustainable and productive entity. Minister of Food Production, Senator the Honourable Devin Maraj, during his address outlined the background to the MOU.
This MOU is one that, as Kamaldev indicated in his opening remark, marks really what we hope will be the beginning of the new era in the cocoa industry in Trinidad and Tobago. It will facilitate a joint venture arrangement in which cocoa beans from designated farms in Trinidad and Tobago, in particular the Tamana cluster that has been identified in the first instance, will be purchased and processed into cocoa liqueur. This liqueur will already be shipped to artisans of chocolate in the UK to produce a branded Trinidad Heritage line of gourmet dark chocolates. Artisan du Chocolat launched in a soft way the product line, and it was sold out within a month or so. And this gave us the incentive really to push further this enterprise, to introduce this private partnership venture between Artisan du Chocolat and the Ministry of Food Production. This public-private partnership between the Ministry of Food Production and Trinidad and Tobago Fine Cocoa Company signifies this administration delivery on our promise to facilitate an enabling environment, which is a prerequisite for growth and investment, to incentivize strategic subsectors such as the cocoa subsector. And the intention really is to elicit private sector investment and partnership in order to enhance and accelerate the diversification process. And of course, as mentioned repeatedly, encourage value-added incentive beyond primary production. Trinidad and Tobago has a natural comparative advantage when it comes to the production of cocoa. We all could boast that our nation is the home to a unique and highly sought-after type of cocoa, categorized as fine flavored cocoa. Only 5% of the total cocoa produced in the world falls in this category.
Attending this historic signing were His Excellency High Commissioner, United Kingdom, Arthur Snell, Her Excellency Dutch Ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago, Lucita Moinirilam, former High Commissioner to London and now Attorney General Garvin Nicholas, AG Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Food Production, Mrs. Joan Hannibal Phillips, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Food Production, Jacqueline Charles, Executive Director, Economic Development Board, Dr. Ricky Permanent, AG Director of the Horticultural Services Division, Dr. Kamaldeo Maharaj, and Ashley Parasram, the Director of T&T Fine Cocoa Company Limited. Minister Bharath, during his address, focused on the quality product that is Trinidad and Tobago's cocoa and the work necessary to develop the product and getting it to market.
We also know that there is consistent demand for this product. In fact, in increasing quantities across the world, particularly as a direct result of the higher cocoa solid content that's required for chocolates, and particularly chocolates from single origin estates. As the Minister of Trade, Industry and Investment and Communications, of course, what that tells us is that there's an innate potential for sustainable development of and investment in the cocoa industry. And as Ricky would have mentioned, the agro-processing sector and the food sector represents one of the areas for diversification of the economy. Our quality chocolates and cocoa in general, but particularly high-end cocoa, are being sought by nutritionists across the world as a product that aids in well-being and health. The fact is, we know that there's significant potential in the sector. It is a question of now, how do we get down to the hard work of extracting it? And it is hard work, let's be honest. After today's signing ceremony, that's not the end of it. There is hard work on the other side of it. There is making sure that there's constant supply. There is making sure that there is a market on the other side. There is a distribution issue. There are lots of issues when producing a product and getting it to market, and not just getting it to market, making sure that it's not a one-time purchase, but it's purchased over and over again. So today's signing ceremony seeks to address this. How do we break away from just selling plain old beans? And that's the challenge that is before us. I want to compliment the Ministry of Food Production. I specifically want to compliment my colleague minister, Mr. Devant Maraj, for embracing this initiative. I think that it's something that is very heartening, extremely welcome to those, not just those who are involved in the sector, but certainly it gives a significant amount of impetus to our diversification thrust, and hope that if we can take a product that has been long considered by many to be dead and resuscitate it, we would have given hope to many others in the country. Today you can set up a business in Trinidad and Tobago in 3 days. And there are many other instances where the ministry is working hand in hand to ensure that not only have we identified the sectors into which we want to diversify the economy, but we are also creating the enabling environment to ensure that those sectors and those businesses that invest in those sectors are able to thrive.